There comes a moment in every person's life when they have to stop waiting for someone to notice them, to believe in them, to lift them up, to fix what's broken. It's a moment of awakening, a realization that nobody is coming to save you, and that's not a curse, it's a calling. We spend so much of our lives hoping for a hero, someone who will understand our pain, rescue us from the chaos, and give our story meaning. But the truth is, the only person who can do that is the one staring back at you in the mirror. You have to decide that you are no longer waiting for a miracle to walk through your door. You are the miracle. Every experience, every disappointment, every heartbreak has been shaping you for this exact moment. The reason many people stay stuck is because they keep waiting for someone else to make the first move, a friend, a mentor, a boss, a partner, but what if they're not supposed to? What if the next chapter of your life begins when you finally understand that no one else can write it for you? There's a quiet power in taking responsibility for your own rescue. It's not about pride or independence, it's about freedom. When you stop expecting others to carry you, you begin to see how strong your own legs are. When you stop looking for validation from others, you start hearing the voice of truth within you, the one that's been whispering all along, you can do this. The people who rise, the ones who truly transform their lives, are not the ones with the most help or the best circumstances. They're the ones who stop waiting. They get up when they're tired. They move when they're scared. They take action even when no one claps for them. Because they know that the longer they wait for someone else to change their situation, the longer they remain in the same pain. No one is coming to make you get out of bed. No one is coming to tell you your dreams are valid. No one is coming to drag you toward your destiny. That's your job. And when you realize that, something inside of you shifts, your mindset changes from victim to victor, from powerless to powerful. You stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "What can I do about it?" That's the moment your story begins to change. So today, make a decision. Don't wait for perfect timing, perfect people, or perfect conditions. Life doesn't wait. Every second you spend waiting for rescue is a second you could be rebuilding yourself. Start where you are, use what you have, and trust that it's enough. The help you've been praying for might not come from someone else, it might come from the strength you never knew you had. Because no one is coming, and that's exactly why you must. There's a beautiful truth that many people overlook: you already have everything you need inside you. You're not missing anything. You're not waiting to be completed by someone else or defined by what you achieve. The power, the courage, the vision, and the resilience you're searching for are not somewhere out there in the world, they're inside your soul, waiting for you to awaken them. So often we look outside ourselves for what only exists within. We think if we meet the right person, land the right job, or get the right opportunity, then we'll finally feel confident, worthy, and fulfilled. But that's not how true strength works. True power doesn't come from people or possessions, it comes from knowing who you are and who you're meant to be. You were created with purpose. That means every gift, every idea, every ounce of potential was placed inside you for a reason. Maybe you've been told you're not enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, but those are just echoes of fear, not facts. The truth is, what's inside you is greater than anything that can happen to you. The world can doubt you, but it can't destroy what was divinely designed within you. You just have to be brave enough to see it. Sometimes life strips away the noise so you can finally hear your own voice. Sometimes things fall apart so you can realize you never needed those things to stand tall. You already have wisdom inside you. You already have creativity, compassion, and strength. You already have what it takes to rise again. The problem isn't that you don't have enough, the problem is that you've forgotten what you already possess. You've been so busy chasing what's missing that you haven't used what's present. When you understand that everything you need is already inside you, your focus changes. You stop asking, "Who will help me?" and start asking, "How can I help myself?" You stop depending on others to validate your worth, because your worth was never up for debate. You stop fearing the future, because you finally realize that you are equipped for whatever comes next. There's something powerful about standing in front of your own reflection and saying, "I am enough." It's not arrogance, it's awareness. It's recognizing that you were never broken, you were just buried beneath doubt, comparison, and fear. Once you dig through that, what you'll find is something unshakable, your own divine potential. So stop searching for someone else to unlock your greatness. The key has been in your hands all along. The moment you start believing that what's inside of you is stronger than what's against you, life begins to shift. You stop waiting to be chosen and start choosing yourself. And when you finally do that, when you tap into that hidden strength within, you become unstoppable. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most powerful choices you will ever make. It's the moment you stop pointing fingers, stop blaming your past, and stop waiting for someone else to make things right. It's the moment you decide that your life is in your hands. Many people live trapped in cycles of frustration because they keep waiting for someone else to fix what they have the power to change. But freedom begins when you realize that no one owes you your future, it's your job to create it. You cannot control what others did or didn't do, but you can always control how you respond. There's something deeply empowering about saying, I am responsible. Not in a way that makes you feel guilty, but in a way that makes you feel strong. Because responsibility is not a burden, it's a bridge. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The moment you stop blaming others, your mind opens, your perspective clears, and you start to see solutions instead of excuses. You stop saying, they hurt me, and start saying, I can heal. You stop saying, they left me behind, and start saying, I can move forward. Responsibility is where transformation begins. When you take ownership of your life, you take back your power. You stop handing it over to circumstances or people who disappointed you. You begin to see that every choice you make, every word, every action, every thought, is a seed you plant into your own future. The life you desire will not come through waiting, it will come through deciding. Decide that you won't be defined by your past. Decide that you won't let fear keep you from trying again. Decide that you are worth the effort it takes to rebuild. The truth is, no one is coming to push you forward. No one can want your dream more than you do. And that's okay, because you were built for this. When you accept full responsibility, you give yourself permission to grow. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Every challenge becomes a lesson, every failure becomes feedback, and every disappointment becomes direction. This is where strength is born, not from what people give you, but from what you decide to give yourself. You begin to understand that the power to change your life isn't waiting somewhere outside, it's already within your reach. And when you truly own that, when you stand up and say, I am responsible for who I become, you step into a level of confidence that no one can take away. Because when you take responsibility for your life, you stop being a victim of your story and start becoming the author of it. Pressure has a way of revealing who you really are. It strips away comfort, convenience, and illusion, and shows you what you're made of. Most people pray for an easy life, but what they don't realize is that ease doesn't build strength, pressure does. The moments when everything feels heavy, when nothing seems to go your way, when you feel like the world is pressing in on you, those are not the moments meant to break you. They are the moments meant to build you. Because purpose is born in pressure. Growth is born in resistance. You cannot discover how powerful you are if life never demands your power. Every great story, every strong person, every powerful soul you've ever admired, they didn't become that way in comfort. They became that way in the struggle. It was the pressure that molded them. The sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, the failures, the doubts, those were the fire that refined their spirit. You don't get diamonds without fire. You don't get character without challenge. You don't find your strength by running from pressure, you find it by standing in it and saying, this will not defeat me. Pressure teaches you to depend on something deeper than your emotions. It pushes you beyond what's easy, beyond what's known, and calls out the hidden power that was sleeping inside you. You begin to realize that the situation didn't come to destroy you, it came to reveal you. It came to awaken the part of you that can handle more than you ever thought possible. Because sometimes, the only way to know how strong you are is to face what you thought you couldn't survive. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But pain has purpose. Every tear, every disappointment, every setback is carving something new into you. It's giving you compassion, wisdom, and endurance, qualities that can't be learned in calm waters. It's through pressure that you learn to breathe under stress, to trust yourself when everything seems uncertain, and to rise again when you've been knocked down. You see, the purpose of pressure is not punishment, it's preparation. It's preparing you for the next level of your destiny. It's shaping you so you can handle the blessings that are coming. Sometimes you have to be crushed a little to discover the strength you carry. The pressure you feel today is building the version of you that will thrive tomorrow. So, when life feels too hard, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this making me? Because even when you can't see it, something powerful is forming inside you. You're not being buried, you're being planted. And when the time is right, you'll rise stronger, wiser, and more unshakable than ever before. That's the gift of pressure. It turns ordinary souls into extraordinary ones. Motivation is not something you wait for, it's something you create. Most people sit around waiting to feel ready, waiting for that spark of inspiration, waiting for the perfect time to begin. But the truth is, motivation doesn't arrive before action, it follows it. The energy to move forward comes from moving. The confidence to believe in yourself comes from doing the thing that scares you. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll wait forever, because readiness is born in motion, not in hesitation. There will be days when you wake up tired, unmotivated, and uncertain. Those are the days that truly define your future. Because anyone can move when it's easy, but greatness comes from pushing yourself when it's not. You have to be willing to take one small step even when you don't see the whole path. You have to be willing to show up for your dream even when no one is clapping. Action is the seed that grows motivation, not the other way around. When you start taking consistent steps, something begins to shift within you. You begin to trust yourself again. You start to see that progress, no matter how small, creates momentum. And momentum is powerful, it feeds your spirit and fuels your purpose. You don't have to make giant leaps every day. Just show up. Show up for your goals, your growth, your purpose, even when you don't feel like it. Because every time you do, you build discipline. And discipline will carry you through when motivation fades. We often admire people who are successful and think they're always inspired or always confident. But that's not true. The difference between people who dream and people who achieve is that achievers move anyway. They act through fear, through doubt, through exhaustion. They understand that motivation is unreliable, but commitment isn't. You have to be committed to your future even when your emotions don't support you. There's power in movement. The moment you start doing something, anything, your mindset changes. You begin to feel alive again because you're no longer stuck in the waiting. And when you start, you attract clarity, strength, and even more motivation. The universe responds to movement. God blesses motion. Nothing happens until you move. So don't sit around waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect feeling. Start where you are, with what you have, and take the next step. You'll be amazed at how quickly energy follows effort. Action creates motivation. Consistency builds confidence. And before long, you'll look back and realize that the fire you were waiting for was never missing. It was inside you all along, waiting for you to begin. Faith was never meant to make you passive. It was meant to move you. Too often, people sit still and call it faith, waiting for a sign, waiting for a miracle, waiting for something to change. But real faith isn't about waiting for the road to clear, it's about walking even when you can't see the way. You have to trust that if you take one step, just one step, the next one will reveal itself. You don't need to know how it will all come together. You just need to believe that what's guiding you knows more than what's behind you. God has already placed the strength, wisdom, and potential you need inside of you. He's not waiting to give it, he's waiting for you to use it. You don't need to keep asking for a miracle when you already have the ability to move. The miracle happens when you start. The breakthrough comes when you stop hesitating. So many people pray for opportunities but never walk toward them. They say they're waiting for God, but in truth, God is waiting for them. Faith without movement is just a wish. It's not enough to believe that better days are possible, you must act like they're on the way. You must show up every day with purpose, even when you don't see results yet. That's what faith looks like, walking forward while the path is still forming beneath your feet. It's trusting that the strength you need will appear the moment you step out of your comfort zone. There will be moments when you feel alone, when doubt whispers that you're not ready or that your efforts don't matter. But those are the exact moments when you have to dig deep and remember that you're not walking by sight, you're walking by trust. Every small act of faith, every brave decision, every courageous move, is proof that you believe in something bigger than fear. And that belief becomes your fuel. Don't sit in the waiting room of life hoping for a rescue. The help you're asking for might be waiting in the place you're afraid to go. Step into it. Move toward it. Because faith was never about sitting still, it's about standing tall in the storm and saying, I know I'm not alone. God doesn't reward those who wait endlessly for a sign. He strengthens those who walk, even with trembling steps. So move. Move even when you're uncertain. Move even when the mountain looks too high. Because when you move, heaven moves with you. The doors you've been praying for begin to open, not because you waited, but because you walked. The truth is, you were never meant to stay where you are. Faith is motion. Faith is courage. Faith is taking that first step when your knees are shaking, and discovering that every step forward brings you closer to the destiny that's been waiting all along.